Glamour first, glamour last, glamour always. It's a sleek new world for today's new, improved woman.
If there is a Mount Rushmore of drag, Doris Fish is on it. Created in the mid-1970s by Australian artist Philip Mills as part of the anarchist drag group Sylvia and the Synthetics, Doris imported her aggressively glamorous brand of Sydney drag to San Francisco in 1976, where she quickly became a popular personality in the golden age of the gay rights movement. Winning a talent contest to perform with the rock band The Tubes and starring in James Moss's Unfinished magazine movie, Doris was creating art and writing about the San Francisco gay scene and relentlessly promoting herself with outrageous and subversive drag. Drag queens were so unpopular in the early days of the gay rights movement, there was actually a campaign by mainstream assimilationists to ban them from the San Francisco Pride Parade. Doris responded in 1978 by marching down Market Street on stilts, unapologetically celebrating herself and promoting drag as an important art form. She would also return each year to work as an artist on the spectacular Sydney Mardi Gras Parade, leaving her mark in gay culture on 2 continents. In 1979, Doris recruited drag newcomers Miss X, Tippy, and Frida-Lay to form the Sluts A Go-Go drag troupe. After their debut performance at the San Francisco Gay Center, she dragged them across the Pacific Ocean on a wild 4-month tour of Sydney, Australia nightclubs, where they bonded as friends and collaborators. The Sluts returned to San Francisco with their delightfully trashy show Blonde Sin, which ran for 2 years at the Hotel Utah. Starring with Timmy Spence as musical director and comedian Jane Dornacker, they established themselves as the most visible drag queens in San Francisco for the next decade. Although a professionally trained artist, Doris happily made his living as a gay male sex worker, and by all accounts was very good at it. It afforded him the time and the freedom to pursue a life as an artist away from the mainstream. Doris produced gorgeous artwork in a variety of mediums and styles, much of it devoted to herself and the Sluts A Go-Go. She was always focused on growing her fame and spreading her image, and she was a master at personal branding, long before that was ever a thing. Outlandish creativity and scandalous fun were always the priority, especially in the days before the AIDS epidemic took hold. The Sluts A Go-Go April 1982 drag house party Vegas in Space became legend, and her decorations and drag inspired Doris to make an all-drag queen movie of the same name. With a script written by Doris, Miss X, and film director Philip R. Ford, Vegas in Space came to life with vibrant cinematography by Robin Clark. Doris art directed everything, from set design, makeup design, and costume design. She starred as the lead in the campy, sci-fi sex change comedy filmed in Ginger Quest's apartment and in nightclubs between 1983 and 1985. While the low-budget film lingered in post-production for 8 long years, the Sluts were featured in a popular series of drag comedy greeting cards for West Graphics. Sold from 1982 to 1991, the cards spread San Francisco gay sensibilities to a national mainstream audience, and likely made Doris Fish the most photographed drag queen of the 1980s. In the meantime, more ambitious drag theatrical shows followed. 1984's Naked Brunch, directed by Mark Eustace, was a live beatnik soap opera that ran for 3 episodes. The 1985 Happy Hour variety show series included an all-star Christmas special, and 1986's Nightclub of the Living Dead, all of which were performed at the famous 181 Club in the Tenderloin. The pioneering gay cable network on public access TV featured all of the Sluts A Go-Go in segments covering San Francisco gay entertainment and culture. Ever the provocateur, Doris was eventually thrown off the air for continually poking fun at lesbians. In the late 80s, the Sluts expanded to theater with a memorable drag version of Bad Seed and a star turn for Doris in Jean Genet's The Balcony at Theatre Rhinoceros, but their output slowed as both Doris and Tippy became sick with HIV/AIDS. 1989's Sluts A Go-Go Still Alive and the All-Star Gangbang in 1990 raised money to complete work on Vegas in Space and served as a retrospective tribute for the Sluts' decade in show business. In the last year of her life, Doris Fish wrote a weekly column in the San Francisco Sentinel, openly sharing her painful battle with AIDS with wit and grace. Who Does That Bitch Think She Is?, the November 3, 1990 benefit at the Victoria Theatre, attracted thousands of fans waiting in line around the block to pay tribute to the great queen. San Francisco Mayor Art Agnos decreed Doris Fish Day throughout the city, and she was sainted by the Sisters of Perpetual Indulgence. Her death on June 22, 1991, was front-page news in San Francisco and marked the end of an era. 8 days later, her friends paid tribute to her with a procession in the San Francisco Pride Parade. Tippy died just 2 months later. In October of that year, Vegas in Space premiered at the Castro Theater with a gala event and sold-out run. It was shown at both the Sundance and Cannes film festivals and was picked up for distribution by Troma Entertainment. It went on to influence a generation of queer people who discovered the film on video and late-night cable TV. While Doris Fish missed the explosion of drag in the 1990s, her influence on West Coast drag culture is without question. Clubstitute, The Sick and Twisted Players, and Tranny Shack assumed the mantle, and stars such as Heklina, Peaches Christ, Darcy Drollinger, Juanita Moore, and Sasha Velour have all acknowledged her influence. If there is a Mount Rushmore of drag, Doris Fish is on it. Read all about this fascinating history in the 2023 biography, Who Does That Bitch Think She Is? Doris Fish and the Rise of Drag, by journalist and friend of Doris, Craig Seligman. And visit the video and photo archives at dorisfish.com, where we are preserving her history and celebrating her legend. Doris's ambition was always to be fabulous and famous, and it is our mission to help keep her that way. Remember, glamour is resistance. Glamour first, glamour last, and glamour always. Doris Fish, forever.
This is our late-night love trip to Vegas in space. We'll be arriving at our destination very shortly. The weather in Vegas is, of course, heavenly.
You're looking for Doris. Let's bring on Doris Fish, drag queen, and make her welcome to Pittsburgh today.
Oh yes, certainly, and I like to think that I've just set a positive example to let children know if they want to be drag queens, it's a perfectly all right thing to be, and they shouldn't feel, embarrassed to want to be something like that. This is what I've always wanted to be all my life. I've always wanted to be a famous movie star, and now I am. And you can have anything you want in life. I mean, people think that there are two sexes, male and female, and that's just a little too hard and sharp. Sexuality and gender is a little more fluid than that. And people do, all of us, run the gamut somewhere between 100% female and 100% male. And a lot of people, are 99% one or 99% the other. And there's some of us who are just sort of fiddling around here in the middle somewhere.
You're 50-50, you think?
Well, it depends. Some days I'm more like 60-40.